What is going on, Pats Nation? It's Patriots Global back here with another video, and in this one, I'm sure you've already heard that the New England Patriots are showing interest. They are one of many teams showing interest in free agent tight end Delanie Walker. Now, the other teams that are interested in him are not being said yet, which is a little bit tough to kind of navigate who they're going against for the potential landing of Delanie Walker. Now, I know the San Francisco 49ers were in the mix for him. They were looking to add another tight end to pair up with George Kittle, but they already went and signed Jordan Reed. So I think it's a safe bet to say that they're out of the mix. Now, I'm sure everybody's first initial reaction is going to be, where's this coming from? You know, kind of why is this happening? The New England Patriots already drafted 2 tight ends in the 2020 draft fairly high. They traded up to get both of them in the 3rd round in Devin Asiasi and Dalton Keene. Well, where this essentially is coming from is the fact that we already know that Matt LaCosse has decided to opt out of the 2020 NFL season. The New England Patriots already had a pretty short leash at the tight end position, despite grabbing 2 tight ends in the 3rd round of this past draft, and then losing Matt LaCosse definitely did not help that scenario. Now, while I do like the additions of Dalton Keene and Devin Asiasi, we have to remember that expectations on them should not be super high because they are rookies. They're transitioning to the NFL. We don't know how that's going to pan out. We have to see. Bill Belichick is going to take the subtle approach with them. He's not just going to throw them completely in the mix in their first year in the NFL. Now, I'm someone that has kind of given up on Matt LaCosse. He brought a nice build, a nice height, and nice potential, I guess you could say, even though he hadn't done much even before the Patriots brought him in. But the injuries are a big concern with him. It doesn't seem like consistency is a very good thing with him either. Taking up about $1 million, I just thought the Patriots could do better, but he decided to opt out anyway. So he still is technically on the team, but the Patriots get the money back for him and a roster spot because he won't be playing in 2020. So essentially, that is why the New England Patriots are looking to add another body there. Right now, it's kind of just Ryan Izzo. You have Devin Asiasi, Dalton Keene, and then you also have the undrafted rookies in Jake Burt and Rashad Berry. Now, I personally thought that the New England Patriots should have brought in another tight end, a veteran tight end from the get-go. I think that you couldn't rely on somebody like Matt LaCosse. I like Ryan Izzo, but it doesn't seem like Bill Belichick is as high on him as I am. And I think that the best case for someone like Devin Asiasi and Dalton Keene coming in here would be to learn from a successful veteran. And I mean, hey, Jordan Reed or Delanie Walker could be great options in that category. And there's really just one of those on the market at this time. Now, there's no question that Delanie Walker has been a heck of a tight end throughout his NFL career. Now, of course, the Patriots are not going to be getting anybody young. He's 35 years old, so, I mean, he's as up there in age as it gets, but he is a 3-time Pro Bowler. He has a career span of 504 receptions for 5,888 yards and 36 touchdowns. Interestingly enough, he actually entered the league with the San Francisco 49ers in 2006 as a 6th round pick, so he definitely exceeded expectations as a 6th round pick. Now, I've already seen some Pats fans comment about this whole situation, potentially bringing him on, and some of the feedback that I've seen is people not wanting him because of his age. The fans want the Patriots to get younger and grab a younger guy, a more athletic guy. But what you have to remember is the fact that they already have that. Okay, they have younger guys. They still have Ryan Izzo. They have Jake Burt, Rashad Berry, Devin Asiasi, Dalton Keene. You don't want to continue to get super young because although young is more athletic, you have more potential for experience in your future. What you don't have is actual experience right now, and that is so extremely important, along with you don't know how they're going to pan out. You don't know what you could totally expect from them. I think it's super important that the Patriots have a guy that they know what they can expect from, they know how to utilize, and they can have a guy that has been around the NFL to know what he is doing. Now, real quick, guys, there is no shortage of action going on with our exclusive partners, BetOnline. Now, sports, as we all know, are slowly making their way back with, of course, you have soccer and NASCAR and UFC leading that pact, and BetOnline still has the best odds lines for the upcoming matches for this upcoming weekend. Of course, if that's not good enough and you need more, BetOnline has you covered because they have simulated NFL, NBA, and UFC happening every day live for you to check out. Of course, if you're looking for something other than sports, BetOnline has hundreds of live casino games, poker tournaments, and all of the best props in the business. I highly recommend that you guys go ahead and visit betonline.ag or use your mobile device and join now to receive your new welcome bonus and start playing today. BetOnline, your online sportsbook experts. Now, the thing with Delanie Walker is that the Patriots are not going to get a big body. Now, that's the thing that I loved about Matt LaCosse. You know, when Rob Gronkowski left, I was really scared about the Patriots not having that 6'6" guy. Matt LaCosse came in and gave that same aspect. Now the Patriots don't really have that. You know, with Delanie Walker, he's not going to bring that either. He's a pretty small tight end also, 6'2", but does bring a nice build, although he is on the shorter end at 248 pounds. Now, Belichick is actually pretty high on somebody like Delanie Walker. It was a few years ago. It was in December of 2015, actually, when the Patriots had a meeting with the Titans. He spoke out about Delanie Walker, and he had nothing but praise for him. He said, he's good at everything. He's a really hard guy to match up on. You put the little guys on him, and he's too big. You put the big guys on him, and his quickness, his route running ability, his length, they're a problem. So it seems like whoever is covering him, when you look at the tape, you're looking like that's a mistake and a mismatch. He's not quick enough or he's not big enough. There is nobody that really matches up very well against him. So clearly, Bill Belichick has always had some high praise for Delanie Walker, so it only makes sense that the Patriots are now interested in him now that he's a free agent and they're still looking to upgrade the tight end position. Now, as for stats-wise, Delanie Walker has really put up pretty dang respectable numbers all the way from 2013, even up to all the way to 2017. In 2018 and 2019, he definitely took a bit of a hit, but that seriously comes down to injuries. 2018, he only appeared in one game in which he was targeted 7 times with 4 receptions for a total of 52 yards and 0 touchdowns. In 2019, he appeared in 7 games. He was targeted 31 times for 21 receptions for 215 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, essentially what this injury has come down to is an ankle injury. This has really plagued him over the past couple seasons. This is truly what led to him being released by the Tennessee Titans. You know, if this wasn't an issue, I guarantee you that he would still be on the team, and the reason they released him was because back in March, he had failed his physical with them. Of course, this is not anything small to talk about. This is a pretty big deal. What you're worrying about here is how is he going to be able to get off the line? Because a lot of times when you see players getting off the line of scrimmage from the get-go, straight from the start, as soon as the ball is snapped, it comes from their feet. How they're able to get off the line with their feet. And if he's dealing with some ankle injuries, it's going to be really concerned because how much pressure is he going to be able to put on that ankle, which is going to really dictate how quick is he able to get off that line and beat the defender and be able to get open. Because what Bill Belichick is talking about, his quickness, his ability to run routes and get open, how much is that going to plague him if his ankle injuries are still an issue? Now, he is still a big body, and that is something that is good for the Patriots. He still has that no matter what injuries he might have. He also has good hands, so that's another thing that is still good for the Patriots. But again, if this ankle injury is still a big worry, then I'm concerned with how much he would be able to do in the actual passing game. But the other thing is that Delanie Walker has always been a pretty good blocker. Like, coming into this situation, he could potentially be the best blocker that the New England Patriots have at tight end. And we know that that is something that Bill Belichick is really trying to build up. That is really important to him, especially after this past season when the running game essentially went nowhere, and not having fullback, but especially not having tight ends who were able to block was a big part in that. After losing Dwayne Allen and Rob Gronkowski, that really messed up the Patriots running game. So look, even if the Patriots do not get a Delanie Walker that is able to make a huge production in the passing game, they will get someone who is very good at blocking to help out the run game. But more importantly, they'll get someone who is a mentor, who can come in and really help out these younger guys, which is something that I think is extremely important. Guys like Devin Asiasi, who I think are going to be extremely big for the Patriots over the next few years, at least. Even guys like Dalton Keene, who are trying to find their way and kind of figure out what they're going to do with the Patriots. Before this injury, though, he was putting up stats, even in 2017, 807 yards, 800 yards, 1,088, 890, 571. So he clearly is showing that before this injury, he was a complete force to be reckoned with. I think the question really just stands on, okay, where is this injury right now? The Patriots are completely in the mix for Delanie Walker if they want to be. Money is not going to be an issue. The New England Patriots are sitting at $35 million. 35 in available cap. So if there's a move they want to make, they can go ahead and they can do it. They have the money to be able to do it. It just comes down to what are they willing to give up? Because look, Belichick is only going to give up so much for Delanie Walker. And if there's a team that wants to pay a little bit more than Belichick's willing to, then okay. But if Belichick feels that Delanie Walker is a key piece for this upcoming season, then he'll do whatever it takes to bring him on. But that is going to be it for today's video. What are your guys' thoughts on the Patriots being interested in free agent tight end Delanie Walker? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to give this video a big thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. But like always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video.